Okay, let's close out of there and go back to our form. And it might be quite nice to include some images on the tabs here, so I'll show you how to do that. Now, if I go to my Windows Explorer and I'll navigate to where I've got OpenInsight installed. Now, if you remember, when I set up the tables, I asked it to create me a clinic data folder. But these LK and OV files are the data files for our application. And in here I've simply created an image folder. Now you usually have your images in a different folder to your data folder, so don't copy what I've done in this particular instance. The only reason that I've put that folder in here is when I'm done with this application I'm going to delete it, and it just means that I can delete the clinic data and it will delete everything to do with the application and keep my system clean, rather than remembering that I've got images here and data there, etc. So in this instance, don't copy what I'm doing. If you're doing this for real, you would normally have your images in a bitmap folder or an image folder. But in there, I've just dropped in 3 images: comments, details, and doctor. And it's those 3 images that we're going to use now. So just minimize that. Go into the tab control by double clicking. And in here, we have got a bitmap option. So click on the cell here, you'll get a drop down. And what I can do is I can go into here and I can pick a bitmap. Now, we haven't actually created our bitmaps yet, so we've got another stage to do. So let's just cancel out of there, and we'll go back to the main OpenInsight window. Let's just minimize the form design so you can see this a little bit better. Now, I normally like to create my entities in here. So if I go Entity and New, it will ask me whether I want to create a new image entity, a document, pointer, or general. Now, these are images that we're going to be creating, so I'll click OK. And we're prompted for a class name, whether it's an icon or a bitmap. Now, icons are normally for going to the top of the window, things like that. This is going to be a straightforward bitmap. And I'm going to set this as transparent. I'm not going to worry about the entity name for the moment. And then the image name. So if I go Browse, that takes me out to my Windows Explorer. I need to navigate to where I've got those images located. Now, these are PNG files, so I'm going to change it to PNG. And the first one that I want is comments, just by double clicking. Now, it drops in the entity name being the same as the actual image. And remember, I always prefix my entities with MP underscore. So I simply drop that into there. We'll click accept and we'll simply browse for the next one. And again, we'll just navigate to where that image is. Change it back to PNG and we'll go details. We'll change that to MP underscore details, transparent. So we'll accept that. And then we need to do the third one. Which is doctor. And again, we'll change that to MP underscore doctor. It's transparent. Accept that, close the window. And if we just go back to our forms designer, go back into the properties window, this time when we select the drop down and we simply scroll down to where we've got our MP, we can set these bitmaps. Now, the first one is going to be our general details. The second one, now if you do an M, it jumps you straight to the beginning of the M's. And this time we'll have comments. And again, we'll just come down and we want to have MP doctor, so it has our picture of our doctor. And if we click OK, that now drops our images in there. We've still got our words as well, so it still makes sense. And we can test run that, save the changes, and you can see now that that's already starting to look very nice. Those images have made quite a difference. So that's really working with a tab control. Nice, quick, easy lesson for today, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.